family. This is D coming back to you guys again. As you guys know, my passion is relationships. I love it. I believe God um, blessed us as men with our mates as a woman, and He blessed women with men. He knew the design. He knew everything, and it's for our own good. Mind, body, spirit, soul. The original plan of God was so beautiful. I want to open up with the book Ecclesiasticus. I want to read a few verses of that. I want to go to Genesis. I want to go to Corinthians, and then I am out. Um, Ecclesiastes 26 says, "How blessed is the husband of a really good wife! The number of his days will be doubled. A perfect wife is the joy of her husband. He will live out the years of his life in peace. A good wife is the best of portions, reserved for those who fear the Lord. Rich or poor, their hearts will be glad, their faces cheerful, whatever the seasons." Ecclesiasticus 26. Then I want to go to the Genesis. As we all know, Genesis, from the beginning, as I often ask God, what's the plight? Why did you create humans? What are the things you created them for? And of course, it's a scripture that we all know, but the book of Genesis 2 and 17 says, or 2 and 18 says, "Then the Lord God said, It is not good for man to be alone. I will make him a helper who is like him." That word helper is often mistranslated. That word is I want to say Ezer. I don't know. I don't know how to pronounce it. I don't know if it's Kanito, but what it is a helper. That term is is also in a few of the scriptures, and it refers to God's help of Israel. We know how important and how powerful God's help is of Israel, or His help was of Israel. So the fact of you hearing helpmate is not simply a doormat. It's not simply just somebody to just serve me all night long. It's somebody that builds with you mind, body, and spirit. And I think for so long with our Western translations or English translations, we have missed the depth of what that word truly means. What is a Ezer? What is that? It's not simply a helpmate, it's a helper, but it's even deeper than that. But that's another video within itself. But God said, "I will make a helper who is like him." So Lord God formed out of the ground each wild animal, each bird of the sky, brought each to the man to see what he would call it. And whatever the man called a living creature, that was its name. The man gave names to all the livestock, to the birds of the sky, and to every animal. But for the man, no helper, nobody to help him. No helper was found who was like him. People talk about men, dogs are man's best friend. No, a woman is a man's best friend. And then it says, so Lord God caused a deep sleep to come over the man, and he slept. God took one of his ribs and closed the flesh at that place. Then the Lord God made the rib he had taken from the man into a woman and brought her to the man. And the man said, "This one at last." Adam was very excited. He said, "This is bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. This one shall be called a woman, for she was taken from a man." And of course, we know the end. It says, "This is why a man leaves his father and mother and bonds with his wife, unites with his wife, become one flesh sexually, mentally, emotionally with his wife." And the Bible said they was naked. They were both naked, but they felt no shame. And then the book of Ecclesiastes the book of Corinthians says something. Of course, Paul said, he believed that it's good to be celibate and not to, but because sexual immorality is happening, each man should have his own wife and each woman have her own husband. But I wanna go to 1 Corinthians 7 and 10. Paul was saying, "This commandment not comes from me, but from God. A wife must not leave her husband. But if she does leave him, let her remain single or else go back to him. And the husband must not leave his wife." Guys, in our present society, we have been conditioned, and we still are being conditioned, that the only thing that truly matters is chasing our dreams and our careers. And I'll be very honest with you, those are very important things, very important principles. But truly to have a part of a fulfilling life, God gave us that desire for a woman or a man. If you are a woman, for a man, and if you're a man, for a woman. And we have to, especially in the African American community, where when you look at statistics, some would say our statistics are down when it comes to being married and staying married, or high when it comes to getting divorced. That's because of multiple areas. But as a couple and as a people, we have to understand the value of having each other. I believe through the media, so much is pushed of the single black woman. So much is also being pushed of the satisfied single black woman. But the thing about it is, I truly don't believe a masses of people can truly be satisfied apart from each other, because we are, or we were, should I say, made for each other. The men were made for the woman and the woman for the men. And we have to understand the benefits that come with each other in talking and dating and loving and forgiving and caring for each other, being committed to each other, keep forgiving each other over and over again. It's beautiful principles that come from that. And we can't allow this world to make us think that we don't need each other. I will take it up a notch. We need each other more than we've ever had. It makes no sense that that we should be in a worse of a condition now, family wise, than it was in slavery. Slavery was physical, like I always say, but now it's psychological slavery. The chains are on our mind psychologically, but in slavery, the chains was shackled to our feet and our hands and our neck. So we have to understand the importance of having somebody, the importance of having a mate. Just 10 quick beautiful nuggets on the benefits of a relationship, a committed relationship, and marriage. I'm gonna go through this list real quick, guys, and then I'm out. Did you guys know that married people are less likely to have a heart attack? Married people, or should I say people who wed, live longer than those who don't. Long-term relationships mean better health for better mental health for women and better physical health for men. Married men are happier than bachelors. People who are married tend to recover from surgery much better than those who are not married. Living with your boo improves who you are. People in committed relationships have less production of stress hormones. Married women have healthy hearts, and a healthy mate can cause you to want to get healthy as well. That's just quick little random facts about the importance of a relationship and the importance of having each other. But we need each other, and we need to be committed and stick it out, guys. Relationships are going to be tested, especially in today where temptation is everywhere, where violence, where people are so coming up short financially. Those type of things are created to break up the family unit. Let's not forget the enemy loves to steal, kill, and destroy. But we have to I'll put it like this and I'll end this video. We have to be strategic and intentional about our relationships. Strategic and intentional about loving each other, growing each other, and caring for each other. And most of all, watering each other and seeing each other grow to the potential that we can become. Guys, I am D. I'm signing off. Be blessed and have a great night.